or say reactions of amino acids and proteins. So reactions of amino acids and proteins. These reactions are often helpful for the qualitative analysis and sometimes for the quantitative analysis. That means we can sometimes identify the presence or absence of an amino acid or protein, or sometimes even we can estimate how much of the amino acid or the protein is present. And some of those reactions are color reactions, which means we will get a product which has a color. By looking at the color, we identify the substance. By estimating the intensity of the color, we identify the quantity of the substance. So these are the different reactions. We will come to them, we come to each of them individually, and these are all color reactions. Remember, there are some other reactions which are not included under the category of color reactions. We will see them at the end. Xanthoprotic test. This xanthoprotic test is used for the identification of aromatic amino acids or for identification of proteins containing aromatic amino acids. Here we have concentrated nitric acid reacting with the proteins. What happens? Initially, a white precipitate is formed, which then becomes yellow upon heating. Remember, when proteins or aromatic amino acids react with the concentrated nitric acid, we get yellow colored precipitate. Yellow colored precipitate and not a solution. And this will later turns orange when the solution is made alkaline. And remember, if you are using insoluble proteins, they turn yellow on the surface only. Yellow and orange on the surface. What happens here? This is because of the nitration. You know, when nitric acid is added, there takes place nitration of the phenyl ring present in tyrosine, tryptophan, etc. And we get yellow nitro substitution product. Okay. Actually, phenylalanine is also coming under the category of the aromatic amino acid. But the problem is that it often may not give a positive result with the xanthoprotic test. Why? Because the phenyl ring is highly stable and not reactive. And this is actually tyrosine becomes a dark yellow or orange colored product. This is that product. You see, this is how the reaction medium looks like. What you see here is a test tube with a negative result. These two are test tubes with a positive result. In this one, the aromatic amino acids are present. You can see the yellow color, and it may turn into dark yellow or even light orange color. This is actually positive test for xanthoprotic, and this is there in your practical syllabus. You will do it in your laboratory. Biuret reaction. We are using Biuret reaction for the qualitative analysis and also for the quantitative estimation of proteins. Remember, Biuret is used strictly for identification of proteins and not individual amino acids. If peptide bonds are present, we get a positive color. Which is the positive color? This is the positive color. This is the positive Biuret test result. Then why this one? This blue color is actually the color of the Biuret reagent itself. Because the Biuret reagent contains actually a colored solution. You can easily distinguish these two. And in your syllabus, you need to do Biuret reaction for the qualitative analysis of protein, and you need to do Biuret reaction for the quantitative estimation of protein also. So it is there in your practical syllabus. You see, protein solutions are made strongly alkaline with NaOH, and then copper sulfate is added, a purplish to pink violet color is obtained, indicates the presence of proteins. Okay, and in our laboratory we have ready-made biuret reagent. We are not going to add sodium hydroxide and copper sulfate. Instead, we have ready-made biuret reagent. You see, proteins give purplish violet color, while proteases and peptones give pink color. Actually, in our syllabus, we are having only protein, so it's very easily you can identify this test. And gelatin give a blue color. What is gelatin? Actually, gelatin is okay. You refer and find out what is gelatin. It's a small homework for you. And Millen's test, this also is there in your syllabus. In your practical syllabus, it is there for the qualitative analysis. What's the purpose of this test? To detect amino acids containing phenol group. Actually, what is phenol group? A hydroxyl group attached with a benzene ring. There is only one such amino acid and it is tyrosine. So to the tyrosine solution, if you are adding Millen's reagent, you see in our laboratory we have ready-made Millen's reagent, we get this Millen's test positive. So what's the principle? Compounds containing hydroxybenzene radical react with the Millen's reagent to form red complex. And our amino acid is tyrosine, so it is specific for tyrosine. And also remember the proteins containing this tyrosine. So Millen's test will give a positive result with the tyrosine and also with the proteins containing tyrosine. Tyrosine reacts with acidified mercuric sulfate solution, gives yellow precipitate of mercury amino acid complex, and on addition of sodium nitrate and heating, yellow complex of mercury amino acid complex is formed. It is red in color. So finally we will get red in color. This is the principle behind it. And in our laboratory we are not going to add sodium nitrate etc. But we have ready-made Millen's reagent. We are using it. And when we don't have Millen's reagent, we will take this individual reagents and add them. Here is the Millen's test. It is negative because the reagents have they don't have much color. But here is the positive test. What's the color? Is it red? Okay, whatever it is, or pink. Anyway, this is the positive color for Millen's test. And ninhydrin test, a famous test, and frequently we are using in our laboratory because we have ninhydrin test for the identification of amino acids in your syllabus. The advantage is that ninhydrin will give a positive result with any amino acid, of course, except hydroxyproline, etc. Otherwise, most of the amino acids in our laboratory will give a positive test with the ninhydrin reagent. And also, it can be used as a test for proteins. Ninhydrin can be used as a test for proteins as well. Ninhydrin is 2,2-dihydroxyindiene 1,3-dione. It reacts with the amino acid to produce a purple color. We call it romance purple. What is purple color? This is roman. Look at the spelling of the word romance. And what's the color of these letters? This is what is called a purple. You should get this color, this romance, this purple color in your laboratory. And you see ninhydrin is acting as an oxidizing agent, causes deamination, which means removal of ammonia, and decarboxylation, which means removal of carbon dioxide from the amino acids. Then there is the condensation between the reduced ninhydrin. There is the condensation between the reduced ninhydrin. Remember, oxidizing agent is reduced. So molecule releasing ammonia with what? There is a condensation between the reduced ninhydrin and the released ammonia and another molecule of ninhydrin. And by the end of the reaction, we get a diketohydrin complex. And it has a deep purple color. Amino acids like proline and hydroxyproline, they give us yellow orange color, not a purple color, because of formation of iminium salt. Okay, and proteins with a free amide group like asparagine react with anhydrine, and what we have is the brown colored product. Anyway, anhydrine is a beautiful reaction. This is the negative reaction. That means nothing is present. And here is the positive test. Amino acids are present. Purple colored reaction is there. Amino complex is there. Here proline is present. And anhydrine is this reagent. This is amino acid. They react together. Reduced anhydrine is present. That is again reacting with ammonia and anhydrine. Violet blue condensation product is produced. This is the final product that we get. How do we do it? 1 ml of the test solution and 1 ml of the reagent. A few drops of anhydrine added. We need to heat it for 5 minutes because the reaction takes place in a hot environment. Then we need to cool it down to room temperature. Formation of the color is the positive observation. Next one is Hopkins cold test. We will see in the next slide.